The way to fix this thing is you've got to get the money off Wall Street to Main Street, period. You eliminate the middles, and that's what DPC does. And when you build these plans, these employer-built plans y'all heard me talk about, that's when you get rid of it. You got to get rid of these insurance companies. They're not in the healthcare business. They're in the money-making business. They don't know anything about it.
I've tried to explain that to my patients over the years. I said, listen, the insurance company exists not to take care of you. They are there to make a profit for their shareholders. Understand that. And you throw that out to them and they start to get it. But so here's something though that, as we're talking about this, and DPC model it's really, to me, a response, find a need and fill it. There's obviously been a need, and that has spurred this, how this was born, regardless. But now I'm looking down the road, and I love the concept, and I think it could fill a major need. But as we start to move towards a single payer healthcare system, what would happen in your estimation? How does this all pan out? Do you see us going to a single payer? If we do, does this survive?
I've got good foresight, Dr. Bill, and I don't know if I'm also a fortune teller, and I can tell your future. I left the crystal ball.
Sort of like Karnak, I get it.
I left. I didn't know if Dr. Cook told you that or not, but we did that. He probably didn't share that with y'all because I pulled the crystal ball and was talking about what's going to happen to him the next day. But Dr. Bell, I'm gonna be straight with you, man. I'm not smart enough to know that. I'm just not. I look ahead. I don't know. All I know is that my mission, and everybody knows this, I'm extremely mission oriented, is to change this thing one employer at a time and bring these other mitigate partners together to try to teach them and mentor them, the ones that need it, to do the same thing.
It was probably an unfair question, and I wasn't putting the pressure on you to predict the future, but just for somebody who's really deep into it now, and you still have to anticipate. You've got to look ahead too, and so I guess what I'm saying is, okay, if we do go to this, if we were to go to a single payer system, how do you think this would impact this particular model? Would there be a place for it down the road?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they'll start getting reimbursed at Medicare rates if they participate, but then how many patients do they have to take? How many do they have to see?
Well, that's, be put on listen, I guess, it was kind of a trick question. I've seen it firsthand. I've had the opportunity to visit Cuba and some other places in Latin America, in Cuba in particular, where the government runs the healthcare system. And what I found is that it's not an efficient system by any means. It's a way to control the healthcare dollars and the system in a sense, but the physicians, it doesn't matter. They get paid $40 a month, whether they see 10 patients a day or 100 patients. So the bottom line is there's no incentive to do better, and everything is basically mandated by the government as to how things are going to be, how they'll proceed. So I just see this, I see what this model offers, one solution to a very complex problem. And I wasn't trying to stump you. I just want to really get your take on this, because this is something where, as we gather in these type of discussions, we kick around ideas, and sometimes something good could come of it.
Well, I believe this, and I've said this. I don't know if I did on Randy's. I don't know. I can't remember what I ate I just can't remember what I drank. What was I drinking? I don't even remember.
Mountain Dew, I think.
No, it was. It's not coffee. Rhonda goes, "You want a coffee mug?" I said, "Well, that's awful kind of you, Rhonda, but I don't drink coffee." She goes, "Well, just get it and put whatever you want in." So
that's right. We don't care.
It's bourbon. No, I'm kidding.
I was just going to tell you, I've checked it out, and it will hold bourbon. I promise you.
And if it were, it doesn't make you a bad person.
But here, I mean, and I don't want to go off on a tangent, but what I want to say is there's two things. One, if you were to poll our clients, and I may be getting out over my skis here, but if you were to poll them and ask them how many, and I mean the employees that have the coverage we built with our clients, that their health coverage, if they would want single payer. And I think most of them would say no. And Dr. Bell, the reason is they have no barriers to care. We removed all barriers to care. We want them to take, the insurance companies have raised deductibles and out of pockets, and these dumb brokers out there that just sell insurance. By the way, a broker is someone that makes you broker. Okay. That's the definition of a broker. So when you hire one as an employer, they make you broker. And that's true because your healthcare costs keep going up. You need an advisor. But anyway, thank you. Thanks for laughing. Anyway, it's a true statement, though. It's really not funny. But the bottom line is we've become functionally uninsured as a country. These employers, this group I'm dealing with in Florida, this other hotel company, their deductibles are $3,000. Their average employee probably doesn't make 30 grand a year. At $3,000, they're bankrupt.
Yeah.
So they're scared to death to use their health plan because they don't have $500 in their checking account. So if you ask our clients if they want single payer, I believe they'd say no because they got an unbelievable health plan, and we've done it and we saved millions doing it. So what I'm trying to get at is you have to get rid of all these middlemen.
Right.
When you get rid of the middleman, you can get the doctors back taking care of the members like we're doing. They have an active role. They don't have, and we'll even waive pre-search. Probably not for Dr. Bell, but we would for Dr. Cook. Probably not Dr. Bell, but we would waive pre-search for certain physicians or practices, so they don't have to spend all that time fighting with a bunch of fools that don't know anything about medicine, saying we don't think this medically necessary. You know, we have that solved in some of ours, so we make the life easier for physicians. But we are able to bring it back with a local care team, the doctor, the pharmacist. Get the community pharmacist back involved. Pharmacists, I mean, try to name a pharmacist in your community. I bet you can't. You can't even name one now.
No, well, the other thing you got going, we talk about middle management in the hospitals. Randy got the numbers. It was 1990 hospital like where Dale is, might have had 100 administrators. I guarantee you right now it's got 800 to 1,000.
3,200.
And they're all making six figures. And what the hell are they doing?
3,200% increase since 1970.
Go look at UPMC. Go look at how many people make over $1 million in that hospital system in Pittsburgh. Yes, I mean, that's no, but, and here's the other thing. You guys need to be running hospitals. They need the doctors to run the hospitals because y'all understand healthcare. When you look at all the ACOs, whether you're a fan of them or not, I can show that the average beneficiary in ACO a year or two ago saved $68 per year, where our average beneficiary saves almost $3,000 a year. So whatever about ACOs, but the ACOs that are run by doctors are very successful. The ones run by hospitals aren't. So y'all already, I'm preaching to the choir here, but to take it back, you got to be able to start this at a grassroots level. We were in Austin. One of the we'll leave the congressman's name off. He was there and he goes, you know, for 244 years, Congress hasn't really done a lot. So boy, he opened the door for me and I got fired up and started pounding the table. I'm not kidding. I think everybody thought I was going to be carried out of there. But my comment to him was, you said it yourself, 244 years, you've done nothing. So here's what we're going to do. You want to talk about how to fix healthcare? We're not geniuses, but we've done some pretty neat things. Go talk to our clients. We know how to do it. You guys are prey to all the lobbyists and the special interest group, healthcare. I mean, this is the fight, guys, and y'all know this probably, but the healthcare industry spends more in lobbying than defense, aerospace, and oil and gas combined. You're not going to win. So you guys hang out in the ocean and we'll boil the creeks and the rivers and the lakes and we'll meet you somewhere in the ocean, but we got to change it employer by employer. So Dr. Bell, you want to stop this train? That's how it has to happen. And you get these employers coming together. The employers need to be the ones calling on the hospitals. You don't need an insurance coming negotiating with you. They don't know. They're terrible at negotiating. Let the employers go to the hospital and say, hey, we're looking at you, HCA. We're looking at you, CHS. We're looking at you, Tenet. What kind of deal you gonna give for us? Well, where's the insurance coming? No, we want to talk to you. What are you going to do for us?
So
they don't want to pay the insurance companies any more than all of us do. They'd love to be rid of them, but they got to be careful because those processors give them all their patients. We've got to change that at the employer level.
So what I just heard, one of the things,
I'm
one
sorry,
of the
that make
points
any
that
sense?
Yeah.
it does. And one of the
Clear as
points that I just picked up there, 244 years of Congress being involved, what has really changed? And you know, but this issue of healthcare or healthcare related issues are always at the front of every election cycle. Yet nothing ever changes or nothing really happens. Only it seems to have gone downhill. So what I'm hearing is that it's ultimately going to be up to us as the physicians to spearhead the change that's needed.
Thank you so much for joining us for this discussion today. If you'd like to learn more about our guest, head on over to our Patreon page, where you can access exclusive content, including the full segment of our show. Never want to miss an Inside the Doctor's Lounge clip? Be sure to click the subscribe button to our MD Coaches YouTube channel. As always, we appreciate suggestions for future show topics. Let us know what you're thinking in the comments below. And finally, special thanks to Ryan Jones, who created and performs our theme music for the show.